Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a situation that I touched on yesterday in a previous video that honestly I would like to elaborate on more just because my video from yesterday was extremely rushed and I do want to talk about some community reactions that I've seen regarding this news. Now last night, in case you guys had not been made aware, a rumor hit the Ninjago community brought to us by a few Ninjago leakers out there that Morrow would be returning in Season 3 of Dragons Rising. Now again, these are just rumors as of right now. Again, early leaks could always change, but along with a couple of set images and some new listings that we will talk about later, the big thing last night was that Morrow would be back in Season 3 of Dragons Rising, allegedly. Apparently, he's even going to be in a set. This could very well be a situation where people mistake a minifigure for another minifigure. For example, when the Dragonstone Shrine set was first being leaked, early leaks suggested that Garmadon would be in this set. Pretty sure they just confused Lord Ras for Garmadon for some reason. So Morrow returning in Season 3 and being in a set, well, that could just be a completely different character altogether. Maybe the leakers were mistaken. But last night, like I said, the big news was that Morrow could possibly be returning in Season 3. Let's talk about what I said over on Twitter and elaborate more on what I was trying to say. So I tweeted this: rumor has it Morrow will return in Dragons Rising Season 3. I think it's a great idea, but I know some folks have an issue with anything classic Ninjago related being in Dragons Rising. Very curious to see how people react to this if it's true. I then followed with this: and no, a classic and iconic character returning in Dragons Rising does not automatically mean the writers are pandering to nostalgia. If Morrow truly is back, there's a good reason for him to be back. Not a fan of the old Ninjago bad mindset. And basically what I was saying was, if Morrow were to truly be back in Season 3 of Dragons Rising, it would be for a very good reason, and it would not just be for the sake of nostalgia. Would it be nostalgic to see Morrow back in Dragons Rising? Of course it would be, but there would be a good reason for him to be back. Dragons Rising has also done this with many other old locations and characters before. Literally in Episode 5, we got the Cloud Kingdom again, which we had not seen for a long time. The Cloud Kingdom being back is nostalgic, but it also serves a purpose for the storyline. But basically what I'm saying is Dragons Rising has tackled something like this before, taking an older concept and bringing it into Dragons Rising to modernize it and incorporate it into the modern storyline. I feel like some folks are too obsessed with the idea that anything old is automatically nostalgia bait or pandering to nostalgia. I think it's very obvious when media does that, and like I said, Dragons Rising has done a great job at bringing in older concepts without having it feel too forced, like they are pandering to the nostalgia of older fans. If Morrow comes back, it'll be the exact same situation. And like I've said in previous videos, you do see a lot of people hating on Dragons Rising just because it's new Ninjago. In the same breath, that toxicity applies to newer fans who hate anything older Ninjago just because it's older and classic Ninjago. Some folks feel like maybe Morrow coming back would destroy the storyline that was established for him during the original Ninjago series, where he was redeemed at the end of Possession and came back to further solidify his redemption in Day of the Departed. His storyline ended there, and people were content with that. Having Morrow come back in Dragons Rising, when his storyline was pretty much done and perfected, might tarnish that legacy. I totally understand. I don't really share the same concerns, but I do totally get why somebody would feel like that, and I think it's totally valid to feel like that. And especially when you consider that one of the rumors right now is that Morrow will be on the side of the villains in whatever set he is in. I can see why folks might be concerned that maybe his redemption might be destroyed. Then again, we've seen that before in Ninjago sets, where characters that are supposedly villains are working against the ninja, but then in the show they turn out to be the good guys, or they are working with the ninja. Doesn't necessarily mean he will be like that for the show. And speaking of overboard, yeah, some fans did not like this news at all last night, and I saw many reactions that were just kind of bizarre. I made this tweet about the entire situation. There is a significant chunk of people out there that have turned their backs on Season 3 already just because it's possible that Morrow could be back. Dragons Rising is over. Dragons Rising fell off. Dragons Rising is not going to be as good as it was now all because Morrow is back. We need to boycott season 3. How dare they bring back Morrow? What? Is that not going a little overboard? Again, being concerned and suddenly boycotting season 3 and calling it the worst thing ever despite literally having seen nothing for season 3, I think that's just a little dramatic, maybe just a little bit. Now, with that being said, I have established in previous videos what I would personally like to see for Morrow in Dragons Rising Season 3, because right now I feel like it is the perfect opportunity to bring back Morrow and have him be, in a way, a spiritual guide to Eren, who is currently going through an arc of betrayal and desperation, and just like Morrow, Eren was failed, quote-unquote, by his master, in Eren's case Lloyd, in Morrow's case Master Wu. Morrow knows what it's like to seemingly be abandoned or neglected by his master, to be promised something and then to not achieve that very same something. And since Morrow has gone through a very similar arc to Eren, I feel like Morrow, in a way, could help Eren pretty much solidify how he's feeling and explain how to grow beyond that. Because Morrow eventually did. He could be there to explain to Eren what he needs to do to overcome these obstacles. And I know some people hate that idea because Eren should find this answer on his own, and I totally see where those concerns are coming from as well. But I'm not saying that Morrow should show up and solve all these problems for Eren. Eren would still do that on his own, but having Morrow give advice, maybe one line or two, maybe Eren doesn't even realize who Morrow is, but he takes his words to heart, maybe thinks about them for a while, and then comes to a conclusion on his own. I feel like that would be totally fine. Also, not to mention Morrow returning could give us a clear look as to how exactly the Departed Realm works in the context of Dragons Rising, because we do know that every realm has fused following the merge, and that includes every realm, including the Departed Realm. And as a result, having deceased characters come back in Dragons Rising is not the most absurd thing out there. It could totally happen. So at the end of the day, just to wrap up my thoughts on this entire situation, I think there is a chance that Morrow could return in Dragons Rising Season 3, and I would really enjoy that, and I'm sure a lot of other Ninjago fans out there would be happy to see Morrow come back. I understand why some people are concerned though, and I do understand those very legitimate concerns. I totally get it. At the same time, I feel like there are some people that are taking this to the extreme just immediately, just because, you know, old Ninjago bad. Not the most productive thing out there, but again, I understand that some folks have legitimate concerns, not trying to discredit those. I think you are okay to feel, obviously, what you feel, not saying that. All I'm saying is I feel like some folks are jumping the gun a little bit too quickly. Again, treat these as rumors. Morrow could come back, he could not come back. Anything is possible. Again, early leaks are subject to change. I've given my thoughts in today's video, so feel free to leave all of yours down below in the comments. With that being said, everyone, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.